I've decided that I'm going to resign from the post office. So I'm on my way to do that now. I already printed out this form. That is what I'm doing today.
I've decided that that job is just not compatible for me. I tried. I really did. But honestly, like, I didn't mind it in the sense that, like, it's kind of, you get sent on your assignment, you go do whatever it is that you want to do. Like, not that you want to do, you go deliver, that's your own job. However, as far as, like, the time constraints and stuff like that, like, I just can't get down with that. Because there are certain conditions, granted, like, you take a vow to deliver in any condition, any weather condition, but still, like, they don't consider those factors when it comes to delivering. They want you to just do it. And it's like, what I mean by that is, like, yes, just do it. But, and some people say, like, it takes what it takes to still in your trying your best and stuff like that. And, like, it was working. That was working for a bit. But then when I would try to recite those same things, it didn't work for me. Like, I guess it worked for other people or whatever. Like, yeah, they were just blowing smoke as far as, like, intimidating me. And, like, intimidating me to, like, move faster. However, I still don't want to work in a place that does that. Relies on pressure or, like, fear tactics to get people to do their job. Like, I'm literally just trying to do my job. I'm trying to do my best. And it's time sensitive, so I'm not a time sensitive person. I'm not really saying a lot, I realize that, but honestly, I experienced something, and, like, I'm also processing that. But this is part of, I guess, like, my journey as well, because this was yet another example of me settling, knowing that I deserve more. Yep. So, like, if I can just hold on to a job that's treating me poorly, I can hold on to anything that's treating me poorly, because I'm willing to just accept it for the pay. And, like, I understand, like, money has to be made, but I'm also, like, releasing my tight hold on money. I know that it's gonna come, and I know that I'm gonna make my money work for me. I know that. I think that it's just time for a change. Like I said, I want to make my music. I want to do all of these things. Granted, I need money to buy beats and this, that, and the third, but I don't need money to write right now. I simply do not. Like, all of that is in here. It's in here. It's in here. It's all over. And that's really all I need right now. Yes, money is important for these things. However, I would just rather monetize in ways that I know don't necessarily have contingencies. Like, everything is like a contingency, but, like, you know what I mean? I've learned so many valuable skills while working there. I also didn't mind the walking with the cardio and stuff like that, but I realized I can do the walking on my own. If that's the thing that's keeping me there, that's not really keeping me there, because it's not exclusive to this job. So there's that. And on top of that, like, I learned organization skills and things like that. I can apply that to my own life now. I can put those skills that I learned back into me, and also take it with me wherever, whatever job I get next. I do still have another job, so it's like I have some type of finances coming in, so I'm not really worried about that. It was just more so like the conditions. Overall, it's not gonna be sustainable for me. I already feel my body being tired. Like, my body has been tired. My energy has been so off. Like, it's not even funny. And I'm realizing why that is. Like, I kind of already knew, but at the same time, I didn't know to this extent I was being affected. And I'm finally seeing that now. It's kind of like I did see it. I did have the intuition. I think I was choosing to ignore it or let more answers come to me. But I keep coming to the same answer, and it's time for me to walk away. I can't get where I want to go if I continuously allow myself to be bound to things that are meant to be short term. Like, that goes for a lot of things that I'm just not gonna get into right now. The more I release, the more I make space, the more space I have for other things, the more space that I have to invite the things that I truly want into my life. I can't have room for those things if I'm constantly putting in things that I don't get a reward from, aside from financial or like foundational things that I can also provide for myself. I am a source of money. I am a source of income. And right now, it takes money to make money. But I can't make no money if my mind is not there. And there were so many people that I work with that was just telling me, like, just don't give up, don't give up. I don't see it as me giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm not a wuss. I'm not a sissy. I'm not being cowardly. I'm just done. I'm just done. And that's really all it is. And that's okay. They're gonna have, I'm just a number at the end of the day. Like I said, they'll give you a certain amount of work to do, and regardless of the conditions, this is the amount of time that it takes to do that without any factors, without certain factors, even procedural factors. Like, just the way that they have the stuff ready for me, like, to deliver. It's not within my preference. There's not much change that can happen to accommodate that. So, okay, so I just handled the union rep situation for 2 days. So, he'll be seeing if I can get paid for that. For those days that I showed up and they told me to turn back around. It's very hard for me to close cycles, and that's something that I'm realizing about myself. And I think part of that is self-trust, but I'm learning now to trust myself, trust my decisions, trust that I will find better, trust that I will find something that better suits me, who I am, what I represent, and trust that I can find a better environment for me. Trust that this is not the environment for me. Trust that I know what environments work for me and what don't work for me, and not trying to force that to work for me, to work in my favor. Like, this is not even just about work, but this is all like happening all at once. And it's so interesting because it's Mercury retrograde right now and it's in Cancer. So all I can do is really trust how I feel. And how I feel right now is done. I'm done with a lot. Yeah, I've always been a fighter. I've always been, it's tatted on my arm. Oh, this is a bad angle. Resilient. Here goes nothing. I'm going in. Wish me luck. I've always been resilient, but as of lately, I've decided to just surrender. I'm gonna surrender, and I'm gonna receive, because all of this energy that I spent giving and giving and giving to people who either don't appreciate it, don't deserve it, to jobs that don't deserve it, because at the end of the day, I'm just another number. That's kind of how I see it as far as like my relationships too. Like, I'm just another person that crossed your path on the way, and it is now time for us to depart and take different buses, and that's okay. On a YouTube note, I've had so many videos that I spent so much time editing when I realized I don't need to constantly like have an edit or highlight or this, that, and the third. Like, it's cool to like chop it up a little bit, but like I don't have to do the most. Like, I can do the most, I'm capable of doing the most, but like I shouldn't have to do the most to exist, to get paid to exist, to receive. I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do in order to receive. It may not be from the source that I expected it from, but I will get that, and that's okay. If I can leave a job, although I know it's giving me security right now, even though I know it wouldn't be typically like the best decision because I don't have something lined up, even though I have a whole other job that is very real and requires people to do, regardless of what type of job it is. Like, it's just not the life that I see for myself anymore. I don't see myself struggling mentally in order to get my 10 of cups. I will get my 10 of cups, and I won't have to fight for my 10 of cups. So I need to focus on my 3 of pentacles. my pentacles, my value, the things that I add and contribute to this world, because I do. We need rappers like me. I don't endorse any of the behavior from that artist. I just happen to quote some of the lyrics. I'm low-key stalling right now, but I'm talking to y'all because I really needed to decompress before I go in there and make this decision that I may not be able to take back. It's a little bittersweet because it's like, I know I'm getting rid of that security. At the same time, it wasn't really secure because I was on call. So it's like, it was just almost as if I didn't have the job, but like I get paid on the days that I come in and volunteer. And I can do that anytime, somewhere else. I am no longer allowing myself to stay in places that I know do not deserve my presence, and I know that is detrimental to my well-being, because the places and the people could very well deserve my presence. They could very well need my presence. They could very well benefit from my presence. But where's my benefit? I'm the one making the decision day by day. I'm the one trying, staying curious, working hard day by day. And like, I'm getting a check. Yes, money. But I keep getting back to that same point, so I don't want to keep repeating it. Like, I also want to add that it is such a privilege to even be able to walk away from a job when the job market is the way that it is right now. However, I know what my capacity is for my mental well-being. Some days it's calm, some days it's rough, and that's anywhere, that's with anything. However, it gets to a point where I know that I've reached my limit, my capacity, and I have never reached my capacity this fast at a job before. I have a very high tolerance. I have a very high capacity for a lot of shit that I should not have capacity for. Because of that capacity, whether consciously or subconsciously, that can get taken advantage of. That's something that I have experienced here at the post office. That's something that I have experienced as a cycle within my day-to-day life. But I'm documenting this because I am now taking that vow to myself to not take on anything that I am not meant to take on, to not force myself into spaces where I do not belong. The only reason that I would potentially crash out about anything is because I'm out of alignment. I can't get mad at anybody else because I'm out of alignment. It's tricky because, like, at first things do feel aligned, like, for me. And you know what? It probably was at the time. It was probably very much aligned. And I would say it would. It got my mind off of a lot of shit. But it's like I no longer need that buffer. I no longer need that force of, like, distance. I've already instilled habits for me to, like, stay off my phone and this, that, and the third. Like, granted, those habits were still there, but that would be, like, after I was getting off of work, I was drained, not getting out my car, scrolling, whatever the case may be. There was a bit of a pattern there. I changed, and the only difference is that, like, I changed location. Like, I was sitting in my backyard and stuff like that, but I wasn't really, like, creating anything. I wasn't really, I don't really feel like I was valuing my energy properly. Or should I say, I don't really feel like I was transmuting my energy properly, or transmuting properly in general, or tempering properly. Something. But after sleeping on this decision, after journaling, after reflection, after divination, there's nothing I can do. I resorted to everything. I resorted to everything I know. I used all my tools. I used everything I had up my sleeve. And it's just not going to work out. So, I'll be right back. I'm going to leave y'all in the car because I can't record in there. So, I did it. It's been a pleasure. To some extent. I really appreciate my supervisor. I really do. He's been pretty patient, and I've tried to work with him as much as I could. But there are just things that's out of his control that I cannot handle right now. Yeah. So there's that. I am no longer a postal worker. I felt I had to fill out a separate form, so it took a little bit longer than I expected. I just made sure I was very detailed within that, and stating that, like, the job is not bad per se. It's just I don't think there's enough consideration for, like, working conditions. It's funny too because when I mentioned working conditions at a different location that I was sent to, they basically was like, you know the job you signed up for, right? Like, we've all done it. This, that, and the third. And it's like, that doesn't mean, like, I don't know, like, I can still do it, but, like, the fact that y'all want me to be back at a certain time because y'all want to be home when y'all was in the office under the AC, like, it just don't sit right with me. Like, of course you ready to go home. Like, I'm ready to go home too. Like, I be trying to, like, hurry up and work so that, like, by the time I'm done I could just go home. And yeah, it's just not, it's not working for me anymore. I'm blessed to not have to have super duper responsibilities to where, like, I have to stay there. I have to be stuck. I'm glad I didn't make any super life altering decisions after I got that first nice check. I paid off a lot of debt that I had, and I would say I'm halfway to where I want to be with that. And now it's just a matter of continuing and having that discipline. I'm officially starting from scratch. I don't have any credit cards. I'm building my credit score with a secured credit card, which is basically just a debit card that they report to the credit bureau. Not for nothing, I am gonna drop that link in my bio in case y'all do want to sign up. My bank is current. This is not sponsored, but they have helped me so much with my credit. And, like, this is not sponsored. They're not paying me to say this. I'm telling you, they did help me with my credit. So I'm gonna just continue with that path, and gain more financial responsibility. And yes, I'm saying this as I'm about to go to Five Below, but for good reason. I'm going to invest in a stationery for myself so that I can organize my thoughts. I did plan on like sending letters and things of that nature to people, so I am gonna do that. I'm actually gonna go my area's post office to get stamps, not more stamps, but to get stamps. I'm gonna hit up the Dollar Trees just so I can get envelopes and things of that nature. I would prefer to get like cute little envelopes. If I can't get cute envelopes, I don't know, I might just draw on it or like do something on the envelope. But yeah, I think that's my method of communication. I ended up taking a nap, but I did some shadow work and I feel 10 times better. But I guess I just wanted to come on and conclude from what I was saying before. Yes, if you know that you deserve better in a place, in a dynamic, whatever the case may be, and you know that deep down in your soul, like, I don't deserve this. If that thought has ever occurred to you, believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it, because it's something. Because it's something that your spirit is saying to you. It's something that your guides are saying to you. It's something that your soul is speaking. Your soul is crying. Your soul wants to know. No, your soul wants to leave that situation. Your soul does not resonate with that situation. In this life, you have two options. You leave or you get fired. That's up to you. If you don't mind staying until you get fired, I'm good for that. I ain't gonna lie. But I couldn't do it no more. And this was my first time really, like, not really my first time, but like notable first time being in a situation where I couldn't just wait until I got fired. I couldn't just wait. It almost felt like it was never going to come. So I'm saying that along with like other things that I've been reflecting on, like, it's okay to resign. It doesn't make you a loser. It doesn't make you a quitter. It doesn't make you scary or a coward or anything like that. If you want to walk away, walk away. Who cares what someone thinks about it? It's interesting in a way because, like, I was on the, I guess, giving end on a dynamic that I recently left, and that's what that feels like. Pressure constantly. I don't like that. Especially with, like, you know, trying your best and the best not being good enough. But even still, just like I deserve a place that is more accommodating to my needs, they also deserve an employee who fits those requirements that they're looking for. And when I applied, I thought that was me. And then the experience taught me that it's not. So it's like, even though I really, really, really wanted it to work, I'm no longer in the space of, oh, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. We gonna make it work. I'm not watering shit that's dead, for real, or if I can't bring it back to life. I tried already. Like, I will say the plant died a while ago, and I kept trying to water it, and it just was not growing. You feel me? So with that logic, it may be time to, like, toss that plant, give it back to the earth. I give it back to the earth. I give it back. So now I have more time on my hands. Now it's time to use that wisely. For me, my intention is going places where I'm celebrated, where I'm appreciated, where I'm understood. Granted, I'm not always going to be understood. I've never been understood. Really and truly. Like, really and truly. So, like, that's not necessarily going to happen, but I do have that understanding within myself. I have that understanding within myself. Going in those places where you do feel more understood, even if someone can't fully understand you. going somewhere where they're willing to work with you, where they're willing to meet you halfway, not where there are outrageous demands and little patience. Especially when there are so many outside factors and uncontrollable things that happen. Know who you're dealing with and if they work with you. I would also like to add that if a place or a person or whatever is offering a dream or an experience, like, that's completely up to you whether or not you want to buy that, whether or not you want to cash in. I'm not gonna tell y'all what to do, but for me, I know when I'm not spending my money intentionally, when I'm not doing things intentionally, it's hard for me to make hard decisions intentionally. So know what your intentions are, follow those intentions, and if they don't align with where you are, then it may be time to reroute, pretty much. So that's what it is for me. It's a reroute. It's not, I can't handle it, I can't do it. I couldn't handle it because I've done it, but I also, because I've handled it, because I've done it, I know that I don't want to continue. Yeah, if you done, be done. Thank you all for seeing me, for hearing me, for feeling me. I appreciate that. And we'll talk another time. I love y'all. Take care of yourself.